of that stuff on you, and we can start treating you like young gentlemen. All right? Okay? We're going to put you in some uniforms. Once you reach the barbershop, we can have some shirts there. We can put you in some shirts, and we can start treating you like young gentlemen. Now, don't cause us to come back and have to treat you like subjects. That's on you, gentlemen.
Soldier or a troop. It's too late for excuse. Watch it.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the government defends the Prime Minister's travel during the by-elections. The new welcome to Freeport sign receiving mixed emotions. And young persons lauded for cultural excellence. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. It is so great to have you with us. After a local daily raised questions about government spending during the West Grand Bahama and Bimini by-election, particularly regarding the Prime Minister's travel expenses, Director of Communication Latreille Raming has stepped forward to refute these allegations. Raming stands firm, asserting that the Prime Minister's travel was conducted on official government business and funds for the Progressive Liberal Party's campaign were covered by the political organization. Tonight, our Aja Quant brings you the latest.
At no time did the Office of the Prime Minister indicate to any individual that we use taxpayers' dollars to pay for the PLP's campaign.
That is the response from Director of Communication in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latreille Raming, as he defends recent claims regarding a $100,000 payment allegedly made by the government to cover the expenses of the Prime Minister's travel during the by-election in West Grand Bahama and Bimini.
There were a clear division of where taxpayers' money ended and where the party paid for political activities.
Raming making it abundantly clear that during the period in question, the Prime Minister's travels were solely for official government business. He's also clarifying that payment was made by the Progressive Liberal Party to cover necessary expenses related to the campaign.
There was a number of items covered widely by all media houses, was the signing of the roads in Bimini, the airport, a cabinet meeting that was held, the expansion of Ocean Key, the opening of the government complex. So there was a number of official government business that happened during the government's travel.
While the Prime Minister wears multiple hats, including that of the leader of the governing party, Raming reassures that there is a clear understanding of where these lines meet and a commitment to ensuring they are never crossed. Raming notes that a public officer is responsible for approving and overseeing the expenditure of public funds. He stresses that whenever the Prime Minister travels, a clear purpose must be stated, ensuring transparency and accountability.
There are boundaries in place to prevent the abuse of public funds and the purpose in which the public funds are used. And who is the accountable officer in the circumstances those funds is to be used. The Prime Minister is advised when it is appropriate for him to travel. He is advised what level of representation is required in that travel, whether a ministerial level is fine, whether the Prime Minister is absolutely required to travel, and who should accompany the Prime Minister during that travel.
He affirms that the Prime Minister's travel have played a significant role in repositioning the Bahamas as a strong advocate on global issues such as geopolitics, climate change, and global financing, which directly impacts the nation.
Not only has the Prime Minister become a very strong advocate for the people of the Bahamas, but he's also a very strong advocate for small island development states. And so his representation is absolutely required. And when the Bahamas is not in that room, our presence from the global conversation that doesn't exist.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
In other news, a new sign standing proudly at Freeport's airport roundabout has become a beacon of welcome for both visitors and locals alike. Vice President of Building and Development Services at GBPA shedding light on the motivation behind this initiative, emphasizing the goal of fostering a warm and inviting atmosphere for all. However, since its installation, the sign has received mixed reactions from locals. More details in this report.
So the sign is certainly a step as we await for other developments in the city. As persons come in, we know that numbers, have been rising. We are on the uptick of arrivals of tourists to the island. And so why not greet them with a friendly sign that says, "Welcome to our city."
Welcome to Freeport. A newly erected sign at the roundabout near the island's airport is making waves as it welcomes all visitors and passers-by to the island. Nikira Wilshcombe, Vice President of Building and Development Services at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, sharing the inspiration behind this initiative.
And as we look at other jurisdictions and cities around the world, many of those cities have these lovely structures welcoming persons to their city. And we wanted to do something very similar in Freeport.
Since its unveiling, the sign has sparked a mix of reactions on social media, with users sharing their thoughts. On Facebook, one visitor expressed excitement, stating that this is awesome. The first time we visited, we looked all over for a sign like that to take a picture in front of. Another user appreciated the effort, but also reminisced about the previous perfectly manicured Welcome to Freeport sign, suggesting that while the new sign is a positive step, they missed the old one. Conversely, there were also those who voiced dissatisfaction with the new sign, criticizing its size and lack of vibrant colors. One commenter lamented, "This is way too small with no vibrant colors. For those who have traveled, you know there is nothing exciting about this white sign." Despite differing opinions, individuals are encouraged to stop by the sign, snap a photo, and tag it with a designated hashtag.
It's a great feature for Instagrammable moments, for pictures to be taken. And so as we welcome persons onto island, we want to be able to say, here's now a new feature that you can post and hopefully encourage other persons to come to the island. And that's the main goal and objective.
Looking ahead, Wilshcombe expresses GBPA's eagerness to undertake more projects similar to the Welcome to Freeport sign, aiming to enhance the community's appeal and sense of belonging.
Well, we would certainly want to do more projects that enhance our beautiful city, and so that is something, like I said, we budget for and we project every year. And it goes hand in hand with the maintenance that we do around the city. We look at, obviously, our road repairs, our buildings, and so every year with the maintenance, we want to do a project that helps to beautify our infrastructure.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
The rise of electronically powered vehicles is reshaping the automotive landscape. The executive director of Easy Car Sales Limited is highlighting this transformative trend, shedding light on their journey from Japanese imports to pioneering their first all-electronic dealership in the Bahamas. Ramiko Knowles reports.
BYD at the end of last year overtook Tesla as the #1 brand of electric vehicles on the planet.
The automotive industry is undergoing a profound shift towards electronically powered vehicles, but will it be the preferred method of vehicular transportation in the future?
Yes.
Since establishing the electronic dealership in 2017, Executive Director of Easy Car Sales, John Farmer, says the company has witnessed steady growth each year.
Your cost of fuel and maintenance is 65% less for an EV than it is for a gas vehicle. So if you're spending $300-400 a month on gas, that's going to go down to under $100.
He is dispelling common misconceptions surrounding these vehicles.
Can it go through water? Yes, of course it can. In fact, it will float. The batteries are sealed, so there's no problem with that. We sell the vehicles with a charger. So you just put it at home. Whenever you run down, you just like your cell phone, you plug it in overnight. In the morning, you got a full tank.
Addressing concerns about the suitability for various lifestyles and needs, he says the EVs come in all sizes.
We got a mini hatchback. We have a SUV, 3 SUVs, including the top-end luxury, which is the Tang, 7-seater, beautiful car. We have JAC, J-A-C. They have a sedan. SUV and a pickup truck and flatbed and box trucks. And we have a new brand coming in next month, Radar, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Geely in China.
However, affordability remains a key consideration for prospective buyers. Farmer acknowledged this concern.
They're very affordable. The BYDs start at about $30,000. And, well, the Tang is a $85,000 car, but it's worth $85,000. Beautiful vehicle. Pickup trucks are in the 50s. Entry-level SUV is just under 40.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Rumiko Knowles.
When we come back, 37 schools receiving their honors in front of government officials for their hard work, dedication, and of course, their outstanding performing abilities. That story, sports, and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Unwind every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Prop Club at the Grand Lucaine Hotel. Enjoy tasty food specials on draft beers and house specialty pizzas. The Prop Club, the best place to meet friends and enjoy happy hour. For designer shoes, sandals, handbags, and accessories, visit Steppin' Out, Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, or WhatsApp 727-9098. Shipping available throughout the family of islands. Steppin' Out when you want to put your best foot forward.
Mo Divas and Mo Hustle are having a tent sale. Men and women's clothing, shoes, and underwear. Deals you don't want to miss. This Saturday, March 2nd, Britannia Mini Mall, Carabel Beach. Phone 688-8622 or 375-4665. At Harvey's Tech Bargains, West Mall Plaza, find the best deals on smart TVs, laptops, game consoles, tablets, cell phones, cell phone accessories, gift cards, and so much more. Open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Here at Bootleg, we have lots of things to offer, including Bahamian-made chocolate ingredients. We also have ice cream sandwiches. We have a lot of our top seller chocolates, which includes Bahamas Sea Salt and Toffee. We have a gold pepper caramel. We also have that in ice cream sandwiches. We have the Gully Wash. We have guava duff. Numerous things to offer. We also do have hot real chocolate. All of our items are made on premises in our factory. If you're not sure where we're located, we are located on Port Lucaia Marketplace by the marina. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturdays and Sundays, we're open until 3. Our phone contact is 373-6303. You can also find us on social media, Instagram at Bootleg Chocolates. We're also on Facebook at Bootleg Chocolates.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. It was certainly a celebration of cultural excellence as the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture paid homage to the winners of the 2023 E. Clements Bethel National Arts Festival and Junior Junkanoo Parade here at the Foster B. Pastena Auditorium. 37 schools receiving their honors in front of government officials for their hard work, dedication, and of course, their outstanding performing abilities. Shane Stubbs was there and filed this report.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture putting out all the stops to ensure the winners of the 2023 E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival and Junior Junkanoo Parade felt loved and appreciated. Now, after the musical renditions of Shara Taylor got the crowd's juices flowing just a little bit, it was time to give the winners their just due.
Following the mini pre-show, Derrica Delaveau Grant stepped to the podium to deliver a warm welcome and congratulate the students and teachers.
Today's event is a celebration of the dedication and hard work of you, the students, you, the teachers, and you, the parents of Grand Bahama. Your tireless efforts have not only enriched our cultural landscape, but have also inspired countless others to embrace the arts and to pursue their passions. Let us celebrate the achievements, all of these trophies that you see here, of our students, teachers, and parents, and continue to support and promote the arts and culture in all its forms.
Now, after the beautiful voice of young Anaya Sands brought the house down, the Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture, the Honorable Barrio Bole, commended Grand Bahama for having some of the most entrants in the Arts Festival, indicating a continued growth to the youth from an artistic standpoint.
Your commitment to excellence and your passion for the arts have undoubtedly contributed to the success of the National Arts Festival and the Junior Junkanoo program here in Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama has consistently shown remarkable enthusiasm and commitment, boasting the highest number of entrants in these events year after year. Your active involvement not only showcases the rich cultural heritage of the Bahamas, but also reinforces the importance of the arts in our society.
From there, it was time for the preschools, primary school, and high schools to step up and finally receive their accolades, as a number of institutions received recognition for their distinctive performances through dance, drama, song, and of course their big-time performances on the boulevard.
And now the schools look forward to the 2024 E. Clement Bethel National Arts Festival. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Good story, Shane. The Bahamas Brass Band is marching towards their celebration of 100 years with a grand concert under the patronage of Bishop Franklin Ferguson, under the theme, Hallelujah, What a Savior. Band director Barry Morris promises it will be a night of celebration with some diverse entertainment.
It's going to be a wonderful time. Our special guest is going to be the Jamaican Constabulary Police Force Band. And so they're coming here to give us, their rhythms, and they're going to meet the rhythms of the Bahamas. And so it's going to be quite a fusion. We're looking forward for the entire community of Grand Bahama to come out and lend your support.
The concert takes place at the Grand Lucayan on March 30th at 7 p.m. A key element of the concert will be the launch of their Peace in the Home, Peace in the Streets recruitment drive. According to Morris, the band has been instrumental in the development of young men, and it continues to aim at their trend.
We want to impress upon our youngsters, and particularly our young men between the ages of 13 to 25, which is our captive area of where crime is taking place in that era of that generation. And so the band is now seeking out, we're developing a program. We're going to launch it that night to let the community know exactly what it is we're going to be doing going forward. Because we are in this fight against crime, and we are in the business of promoting the Commonwealth of the Bahamas as the best place for visitors to come to make your investments.
Don't go away. The latest in sports and your local weather forecast is up next.
Hungry? Save the day with this hack. The tastiest hack is no longer a secret. Order 2 medium one-topping pizzas from Pizza Hut Freeport for only $22. Enjoy Pizza Hut while spending less all the way to the crust. Visit us at the store, carry out, or delivery. 2 medium one-topping pizzas for only $22. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport. Enjoy all the way to the crust. Pizza Hut Freeport.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Get ready, Freeport, Bahamas. On March 16, 2024, the Grand Bahama Sports Complex will come alive with Island Relays, a thrilling track and fields meet, high school and college competition, running and field events. It's a showcase of athleticism. Local unattached athletes, mark your calendars. Register by March 14th. For sponsorships or participation details, reach out to Island Relays Bahamas at info@islandrelaysbahamas.com. Don't miss the action. Be a part of the Island Relays excitement.
Lights, camera, action. Restoring the magic from East End to West End of Grand Bahama, we proudly present Freeport Fashion Week. Expect chic and elegant fashion displayed by incredible talent by Grand Bahama fashion giants and few upcoming designers. Come and experience Freeport's vibrant fashion scene. Get ready for a stunning runway show and stylish events that showcases our unique style, culture, and creativity when artists and designers come together to create the magic. Freeport Fashion Week beginning March 8th. Expect the unexpected.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Your Thursday evening check on sports is next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. Island Sports is ongoing at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. We also have some scores from Night League basketball, but let's begin with boxing. Here's Shane Stubbs.
Keanu Green and Josiah Anderson aimed to knock out the competition over in St. Martin during the Federation's Boxing Night Showcase. Coach Jermaine Ferguson says the duo has been training hard and is confident they'll go over and show what all-out boxing is all about.
I expect for them to go over and put on a great show. They're going to show their heart, and they're going to give it everything they got.
The pair of fighters have been training hard since December and are ready for the challenge in their first fights for the year.
The training never stopped. Even over the Christmas break, we were training, so they not new. That's the whole point of all of boxing, stay ready and don't get ready.
I'm ready to go there and give it all I've got and bring back the gold. So I thank my coach and St. Martin's Boxing for allowing me this opportunity.
The pair of fighters would have weighed in this evening, and the fighters step into the squared circle tomorrow night. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Switching gears now in sports scores from Night League basketball Tuesday night. In Game 1, ODS Fisheries got the win against the Police, 80-71, led by Christopher Chicken Turnquest with 17 points.
We made a couple mistakes at the beginning of the game, but through it all, we stayed focused on what we had to do and came through in the end for us playing defense and doing the little things that we have to do.
The Police force will go back to the drawing board to regroup for their next game. Travis Wildgoose scored 31 points in the loss.
We just getting back into the league after about 4 years. The assistant commissioner wanted us to get back involved in basketball in Grand Bahama. So as we work our way in the league, as we play more games, try to find time for practice, our guys will become more conditioned. And I feel that we can be a force to reckon with years to come in the league.
And finally in sports, Grand Bahamian Donald Thomas will be competing at the World Indoor Track and Field Championships in high jump this weekend. The meet will take place in Glasgow, Scotland, where the 8 Mile Rock native is looking to make the podium. And that is your quick check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
And here's a check on your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Insurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's a beautiful day.
us, our Facebook friend of the day is up next.
Under the patronage of the National Bishop of the Church of God of Prophecy, Bishop Dr. Franklin and Dr. Rovina Ferguson, the Bahama Brass Band Grand Bahama presents
Hallelujah! What a Savior!
7 p.m. on Saturday, March 30th, 2024 at the Grand Lucayan Hotel with special guests all the way from Jamaica, the Jamaican Royal Police Force Band. Join us as we worship in song on Saturday, March 30th at 7 p.m. at the Grand Lucayan Hotel. You don't want to miss it.
Hey there, welcome to Health Bites, where each and every week we give you a helpful tip to help you on your health and fitness journey. We're here at the Fitness Connection in the Raven Mall, and today I want to give you 3 exercises that you can do at home. The first exercise we're going to talk about is called a thruster. You can take some dumbbells like these, hold them up here, you're going to go down into a squat, and then up into a shoulder press, and repeat. You want to try to get between 15 and 20 reps of this exercise. Also, a pro tip, if you don't have dumbbells, you can grab a handy-dandy water bottle or a child or something else and hold them up and squat and press, squat and press. So you don't need weights to start, and if that's too hard, then you can just do it without the weights. Exercise number 2 is for your core. We're going to do a simple plank. You're going to place your forearms on the ground right below your chest. Get your body straight. Keep your hips elevated. You don't want to sag like this. Keep them nice and straight. Now, while you do this, you're going to feel your core burning. You might start some shaking. You want to make sure you push as hard as you can to get past the time you did last time. You did 30 seconds, try to get 40. You did 40, try to get a minute. Just keep pushing it. All right, third exercise, we're gonna work some more legs. We're gonna do some lunges. Lunges are good for your quads, your glutes. You can do them in place like this, or you can do walking lunges where you step, step, and keep it going. A lot of these exercises you can do with or without weights, but if you want to add weights, make it a lot more challenging, especially as you get stronger. We have them here available at the Fitness Connection. We're located in the Raven Mall, also in Nassau and Sea Grapes and Blake Road. Come check us out.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Reginald Pinder Sr., you are our Facebook friend of the day. We hope you enjoyed the special birthday. And that's going to do it here for us in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Have a great evening.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal? At the check-in counter? At security checkpoints? Or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, $900 million in real property tax arrears. Hope for Haiti, youth climate ambassadors needed. And in sports, GSSA athletes hit the tracks. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. The government is on the defensive, and at the crux of it, the payment of some $100,000 to cover the cost of the Prime Minister's travel to West Grand Bahama and Bimini in the wake of that area's former Member of Parliament, Obi Wilchcombe's sudden death last September. While the Office of the Prime Minister initially told the Nassau Guardian it served the purpose of, among other things, to urge the minister's constituents to support the government's candidate to fill the seat so as to best support more change and progress in Grand Bahama and Bimini, in a statement Thursday, it criticized that the attempt to generate controversy defies common sense. The Office of the Prime Minister holds that in 2.5 years, the Prime Minister has made dozens of visits to the Family Islands, underscoring his government's commitment to expanding economic opportunities across the country. The OPM adds that during visits to the constituency in October and November, the nation's leader inaugurated a new government complex, visited children benefiting from his school breakfast program, signed a $100 million Ocean Key expansion heads of agreement, and reviewed current and new infrastructure projects, among other things. Further, the OPM questions on days when he conducted official business and then at night met with Bahamians in his capacity as leader of his party. Should he have flown back to Nassau, then returned on another flight paid for by the party? Whom precisely would that have served? It continues on that the Prime Minister will continue traveling to Family Islands, and Bahamians will determine if the progress they see justifies the travel. Now, such comments come as the Prime Minister's travel budget continues to be the subject of intense scrutiny since assuming office in 2021. In other news this evening, hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue owed by delinquent property owners who have not been paying their taxes. But now those owners are being put on notice that it's time to pay up. Corval Pyfrom has a breakdown of the figures and the plan of action to rewrite a decades-long flaw in the system.
The figures are staggering.
Real property tax arrears stand at about $900 million.
The government is owed more than $900 million in real property taxes. This fiscal year alone, it intends to collect $195 million of that amount. To date, it has managed to recoup about $95 million. The whip being cracked on delinquent property owners, and the department tasked with going after those in arrears, ramping up its efforts in collecting the outstanding revenue.
And so they have a 30-day span to come in and to pay off their account. There are no payment plans. There are no more amnesties. All of those things are passed. And now we're seeking to recover the full tax amount that is due on those accounts.
Acting Controller of Inland Revenue, Shunda Strawn, breaking down the figures for media today, explaining that properties in arrears for a period exceeding 7 months fall into the power of sale category. And last week, the government put out notice of power of sale on more than 100 of these accounts.
Power of sale, or the authority for us to exercise power of sale, is found in Section 25A of the Real Property Tax Act. And that provision allows us to recover real property taxes from all property classifications except those that are Bahamian-owned, owner-occupied properties. And on any Bahamian-owned, owner-occupied property that is in arrears for more than 7 months from the due date.
Many of these properties will be up for bidding starting April 2nd.
We have 42,492 accounts that have real property tax arrears of more than $500.
The total tax value for these properties a whopping $35 million. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pfeiffer.
Well, also coming out of today's briefing, it's been nearly a year since the Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute, or BAMSI, introduced the first ever Egg Academy to the Bahamas with the goal of significantly increasing egg production and ultimately helping the country being egg sufficient. Executive Chairman of BAMSI, Senator the Honorable Tyrell Young, gave an update today touting some of the successes the program has had over its nearly year-long existence.
Through the poultry program and this research center, our layer program, we definitely are increasing the numbers of egg production. The market is increasing the production locally, and we support farmers across the Bahamas in this venture.
At BAMSI, they're about to embark on producing omega-3 enriched eggs. Senator Young says this is an untapped market with a lot of potential for producers.
This is a niche market, by the way, that is untouched in the Bahamas. Omega-3 enriched eggs is a key nutrition in egg today that you can barely find in the food source here. There's a market in the hotel market. There's a market in the local upscale market. Persons are looking for these products, but we are just not producing these. So we are doing a trial program on the omega-3 enriched eggs at BAMSI.
I'll give it a few days and the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union's new 5-year industrial agreement will be signed. The last contract expired 11 years ago.
That is coming. We've spoken to both stakeholders, the hotel union and the hotel. They're tidying up the paperwork, and we anticipate that within the next few days the agreement will be signed, and we're very happy about that.
Labor and the Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pierre Glover-Roll, also giving an update on labor reform, specifically as it relates to upgrading weekly paid government employees who in some cases have remained at that level for decades.
I'm very encouraged by the progress we're making. I always say to people, these are legacy issues. We have persons that have been unregularized or unconfirmed for decades in some instances, for many, many years. So it's not going to be an overnight fix. There's a process of building files, getting all the necessary documents and prerequisites in place, but ensuring that we remove this obstacle of disenfranchisement for workers in our country.
65 homes demolished in Abaco's Gaza shantytown as Tuesday's demolition continued into Wednesday. Buildings Control Officer in the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs, Craig Delancey, says 3 or 4 of the structures were at the foundation level, while the aim was to have all demolished by the end of the day before moving to demolition in the gully. Once those are done, he says the aim is to prevent rebuilding.
Well, we hope to have some surveillance to start at the end of the cleanup to ensure that we don't have persons coming back again. But that's still in the infant stages as to exactly how we would carry out that monitoring. Continuing with the demolition process, and we hope that persons in the other unregulated areas would take heed and move swiftly in order to ensure that we have a peaceful transition.
The Ministry of Environment also on the ground to conduct rapid assessments following the demolition to determine how to handle the debris left behind. Director of the Forestry Unit in the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, Danielle Hannock, says they're consulting with other agencies, including Environmental Health Services, Environmental Planning and Protection, and Lands and Surveys.
We also need to determine land ownership. And so these areas were traditionally disturbed, meaning that they were either clear-cut previously, either for agricultural purposes or for development. And so we have to look at the history of the land and also what has occurred since then. So for example, here we have a number of cesspits or wells that are in close proximity to each other, in addition to the debris on the land. So we have to figure out how we navigate that, because many of the cesspits, what we found is our initial assessment, are not installed correctly, meaning that they're not properly lined. So you're also looking at impacts to the water table in this area.
Hope for Haiti. CARICOM's demand for a timeline to restore democracy in turmoil plunged Haiti has paid off. Having stressed the critical need for the island to hold free and fair elections, coupled with Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry's commitment to move the political process along, that island's general elections are now pegged for no later than August 31st, 2025. A statement issued at the conclusion of CARICOM's four-day summit in Georgetown, Guyana, that all stakeholders in Haitian society, including Henry, will have to make concessions to allow for elections and the restoration of democracy. To facilitate this, an electoral needs gap assessment teams to be put together. That team will be led by CARICOM and the United Nations with the support of Canada, the United States, and the Organization of American States by March 31st. Now, speaking at the summit's closing news conference, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis cited the situation in Haiti as truly terrible, stressing that Haiti is hemorrhaging. Davis added that CARICOM will soon host a meeting in Jamaica with key Haitian stakeholders. Meantime, Bahamian troops are to train in Jamaica ahead of deployment to Haiti for a Kenyan-led peacekeeping mission. From the courts, prosecution witness Tanya Demerit today retaking the stand in the trial involving 6 defendants before Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson. Demerit testifying that she was initially charged with 16 offenses in the case, including conspiracy to commit bribery and fraud. However, she said she took a plea deal and was sentenced to 3 years probation and ordered to repay $10,000 to the Water and Sewage Corporation. Jurors also heard that the money was paid before the due date. Demerit believes the payment was made either by Adrian Gibson's then fiancée, Alexandria Mackey, or Mackey's mother, whom she said is her spiritual advisor. Under cross-examination, Adrian Gibson's attorney, Damian Gomez Casey, suggested to Demerit that she lied to police in her statement in order to escape prison, but she refuted the suggestion, saying she was scared and confused. The trial continues. Still to come, a call for youth climate ambassadors. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by FoCall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Since they're on sale, Max bought things neither he nor his friend really needed. Hungry for deals? Come to KFC to satisfy your hunger before doing something crazy. Our new 6-piece value deal is packed with 6 pieces of your favorite fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for just $20. You work hard for your money. Get the biggest bang for your taste buds. Satisfy your taste buds with KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You've set big goals for your future, and we can help you to achieve them. Getting that degree you've always wanted, buying your first car, making it official on a truly special day, or building a home that's your own. Big or small, share your ambitions with us, and we can help make them real.
Know how good food makes us feel. It's like the feeling you get on Bay. And at Popeyes, we give you that feeling because we know how to make good food. Our food is the food of joy and the joy of being alive despite hard times. We don't do boring or bland. We are proud and big-hearted and love sharing with you, our fans. We take pride in sharing. We always do it with love. And that's the Popeyes difference that you can taste in every bite.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. Good to glow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow.
This coral farm in Grand Bahama is leading efforts to restore coral reefs as a result of global coral bleaching. What is coral bleaching, you may ask? Well, when our waters get too warm, corals expel the algae living in their tissues, causing them to turn completely white.
So we've lost half of the world's coral reefs since the 1970s, and we're on track to lose over 90% by 2050. And in the Bahamas and around the Caribbean, we've actually lost closer to 60 to 80% of the reefs. And that's from pollution, it's from destructive fishing practices, it's from bad coastal development, it's also from climate change. If their corals are dying, then there's no habitat for the fish to live. There's no fish to live. So much of the culture, the livelihoods, the economy tied to the Bahamas is going to suffer as well.
That's Coral Vita's Chief Reef Officer, Sam Teicher. What the organization does is set up coral farms on land using open source scientific methods that allow them to grow corals up to 50% faster than their natural pace. Additionally, they toughen the coral's resistance to better survive warming waters.
So what we do is we go out on the reefs, we take cuttings off of living coral reefs, just like you take cuttings off of trees and flowers. Instead of grafting them onto roots, we bring them into these tanks around us. And using these processes for 6 to 12 months, we grow the corals, help them accelerate the growth rates, and then toughen up against climate change before we then go back out onto the reefs and plant them to help bring reefs back to life. So here at the farm, we can grow 30 to 60,000 corals a year to help bring Grand Bahamas and hopefully at some point soon reefs all throughout the whole country back to life.
He also speaks to the progress made since the farm began its efforts in 2019.
Last summer, we also had a big bleaching event in the Bahamas. It was really unfortunate to see massive spikes in ocean temperatures kill a lot of corals around us. And while more corals than we would have liked that we outplanted died, in one restoration site, as 100% of the natural reef died, about 30% of our corals made it.
We also caught up with coral restoration specialist Alana Velicott, the organization's first Bahamian hire, who shares how it feels to be part of such an impactful operation.
It's like an out-of-this-world feeling. It feels like I'm a part of something way bigger than me. And although I might not be able to see the grand results of what it is I'm doing, it's still really fulfilling to see the growth that I'll get to see in my lifetime, but also the impact that we're having on Bahamians.
She also shares that more Bahamians should join in on this effort.
Bahamians are an ocean people. Not all of us may know how to swim, but these oceans protect us, they feed us. All of the ecosystem services that the ocean provides and that Healthy Reefs provide, we benefit from. Coastal protection, food, our cultural backgrounds, medicines, healing, wellness, recreation. You cannot be anywhere in the Bahamian Islands without being a stone's throw away from the ocean or something that the ocean touches or affects. And so it is imperative that we get back in touch with the ocean, that we rekindle that relationship with the ocean.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside. Who are you?
We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
We continue our news with a call to prayer in the Seabreeze constituency at the Charles Carter Park this evening. Desmond Saunders joins us live with the details. Desmond?
Well, a pleasant good evening, Makustula, and a pleasant good evening, Bahamas. Coming to you live from the Charles Carter Park off the Charles Saunders Highway. The Seabreeze Association of the Progressive Liberal Party putting on its first prayer rally. Makustula, you aware of the escalating crime wave that has gripped the Bahamas? 20 homicides or 20 murders recorded so far for an astounding figure. And so the Seabreeze Association of the Progressive Liberal Party putting on its first prayer rally. Prayers are going to be offered for communities. Prayers are going to be offered for the nation. Prayers are going to be offered for government representatives. And we have a key person involved tonight, Samantha Anderson, who's a representative of the Seabreeze Progressive Liberal Party Association. Talk about the inspiration behind this endeavor this evening.
Most definitely, as you said earlier, we are in need of prayer for our nation. And so our Member of Parliament, Leslie Miller Bryce, decided not to just bring it to the community. She extended. However, like you said it earlier, we have the pastors of our community who will be bringing prayers for the nation, the government, families, and of course, the strong have to bring this strong, whatever, this just what's happening now, everything down. The force, that's what it is, the strong force down. And so we are excited right now in Seabreeze, and we look forward to an awesome night of just praise and worship here.
That's right, and victims of crime, those who were impacted by crime, will be remembered during a prayer vigil here this evening. So that's what's happening here. The Charles Carter Park off the Charles Saunders Highway, the Progressive Liberal Party putting on its prayer rally here this evening. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Desmond. Come March 4th and 5th, primary school students in about 17 schools across the capital will receive pep talks about violence, its impact, kindness, respect, and courage from members of the Crisis Center and its partners. It's all part of a Circle of Peace School initiative officially launched on Wednesday. Here's Program Coordinator and Crisis Center volunteer Noel Nichols with an overview of the program's intervention process in the schools.
We are really excited, myself working along with Rowena Poitier, who's the director of the Bahamas Artist Movement. We designed a workshop and trained over 150 volunteers coming from our partner organizations. We're going to be going into 17 different schools simultaneously, workshopping with the grade 4 and grade 5 students. And this is going to be a massive operation that's going to touch over 3,000 primary school children. And in this workshop, what we are going to be doing is teaching the young people what we call to activate their superpowers, because we want to give them the experience of actually the power of kindness.
President of the Crisis Center, Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson, on what rewards students, teachers, and parents are expected to reap from this initiative.
The Peace Gardens, where we hope that those schools that have space will create peace gardens in their schools. We have a competition, essay, poem, song, logo, poster competition that will allow children to depict their understanding of the values.
The director of the juvenile facility at the Bahamas Department of Corrections, meantime, is saddened by the recent deaths of 2 teen boys killed on Faith Avenue this past Monday. Dr. Cheyenne Williams knew both victims, one a government high school student, the other an alternate school attendee. Williams reasons that society must pay more attention to at-risk youth.
My fight is for some follow-up program when we have these young men that seem to be going along a wrong path. The path that we need to create and have a follow-up program for them is not created. I write many programs. I run an organization, From Boys to Promising Young Men, which we are trying to get the government involved in as it relates to something to continue the professional development of these young men.
The veteran educator goes on to stress that there will be no change until parents become more involved.
The parents must do their job. If we have children that we do not discipline as children, then we'll have undisciplined teenagers, then we'll have undisciplined juveniles who are undisciplined adults. So until we put certain measures in place and have these children to rule and not to rule the home, then we will forever see what is going on in the country. We have to put strategic measures in place, and it cannot be, okay, this organization is going to run a program. It has to be something structured. We have to assess the young people. Everybody cannot come in with a one-cap-fits-all. For every person, every situation is different, and until we get along those lines, we will see no change.
In related news, education policy should be responsive, it should be nimble, resilient, and based on the highest standards at all times. The views of Education Minister, the Honourable Glenys Hanna Martin, who referenced the ongoing work of Renaissance testing that assessed thousands of students in the public school system back in 2022. Bringing remarks at the University of the Bahamas' Education Research Conference launched Wednesday evening, the Education Minister connected how Renaissance testing is improving the education system.
The invaluable data has given us a snapshot of the current status of student progress and helps to guide targeted strategies and interventions and to provide the basis for further inquiry where necessary. The data showed at that time, post-COVID, on average, 44% of our students needed urgent intervention. It is not clear, however, whether these results were attributed to legacy deficits in our educational system due to practices such as social promotion, or largely due to learning loss occurring during the COVID era of school closures. Nevertheless, in response to these findings, strategies were implemented in providing personalized individual, small group, and whole class interventions using near-port and other strategies.
The conference's theme, Resilience in Education, Navigating the Next 50 Years. Guest speaker is Professor Ruth May Sears, Associate Director of the Coalition of Science Literacy at the University of South Florida.
Addressing the theme of resilience in education, our goal is to reflect on educational approaches that can support it, the implication of technology, also considering research that have occurred at the University of the Bahamas that has been transformative and also influential. Finally, we're also going to consider the way forward, because 50 years, that's a big thing. I mean, there has been so much the college have achieved in such a short time, but also how do we look ahead? What are we going to emphasize, be it from diversity, equity, but also technology and the way forward by community.
Does addressing the climate crisis interest you? Would you want to advocate for a better world and a better relationship with the environment around us? Well, if so, this just might interest you. The application process to become the Climate Youth Ambassador is still open, but the process to apply is drawing to a close. Climate change advisor in the Office of the Prime Minister, Charles Hamilton, says the position is for a male and a female ambassador.
A youth ambassador needs to be between the ages of 18 to 25 years old to benefit from this program. This is because we want to ensure that we're catching young people as early as possible. And we know that this is a critical age for young people to begin to shape their careers and shape their lives. And one of the responsibilities of a climate youth ambassador will be coordinating the Bahamas Youth Climate Conference. That's going to happen this July at the University of the Bahamas, and helping to bring students from the Family Islands and across the country to address and talk about the issue of climate change and present a plan to the Prime Minister in order to advance based on a youth perspective.
Former Ambassador Shante Russell shared some of the projects she worked on during her experience.
The first one was a conversation with the Youth of India Foundation, in which we talked about the vulnerabilities of developing countries, both from the perspective of the Bahamas as well as India. So we talked about waste management, we talked about how youth play a part in these processes, policy, environmental justice, we covered it all. So it was a really good conversation. And then shifting gears, we also talked about sustainable agriculture and how technology feeds into that through 3D printing and hydroponics. So we covered various perspectives.
Well, we still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for the night, a look back at day one of the GSSA Track and Field Championships, also opening day. All the excitement just ahead in sports.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
Simplified Lending, we know that your time is precious. So we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified Lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
Incredible. It combines two unique styles and has a base with an exquisite texture. So delicious.
A cheddar cheese base and a talking painting. Very unexpected.
Try an unexpected combination. Very unexpected. The new Slices and Sticks. Cheesy cheddar, pepperoni, cheese sticks, and a delicious cheddar cheese base. Only available at Little Caesars. Order your Slices and Sticks today at any of our locations. Prince Charles in the One East Plaza, Oaksfield Shopping Plaza, Carmichael Road, East Street South in the Pineapple Plaza, and the Charles Saunders Highway.
Pizza. Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
The Atlantis Paradise Island Resort is hoping to see a repeat of the sold-out crowd 2023's Infertility Conference locked in at Fusion Superplex. The goal is to empower Bahamian women, men, and their families about the pros and cons of infertility and what other options are available for conception. Founder Dr. Latazia Stewart tells us what attendees can expect on April 4th and 5th.
We're going to be actually covering topics like PCOS, endometriosis, fibroids, and truly letting individuals know that there are sometimes different ways about going about conception than they may typically be accustomed to. There's been a lot of outreach asking for more dialogue because there's just not enough of it in our community. And so we're bringing together individuals who are experts in the space, doctors locally and internationally, who are going to be sharing on this particular topic to empower our community.
Now, Dr. Stewart says this conference has given couples and attendees hope to conceive and/or expand their families. In the meantime, she says those interested in the conference can reach out to her on Instagram at fertilityempowerment.org.
Since the last event that we hosted, the individuals who are challenged with fertility and pregnancy losses have come to realize that there are things that they can look at or things that they may not have considered before that would actually allow them to continue their journey of having a family. And so many of them have been reignited in their hope and looking at, things that they may not have considered before.
Well, time now for the poll question of the week. Should children in the Bahamas be automatically granted Bahamian citizenship? You can chime in on our social media handles. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
Watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
For every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
separate drug finds and a suspect arrested for one over in Abaco. The first find off Forest Drive just before 5:30 p.m. Wednesday. Acting on information, officers searched a bushy area and found suspected marijuana. No one was arrested in this find. Police, though, had better luck about an hour later at a home in Central Pines. It was there that they found another quantity of suspected marijuana. The sole occupant of the home, a 30-year-old man, was taken in. Up to airtime, the estimated weight and street value of the drugs were unknown. The matters are under investigation. Residents and police officers over on Harbor Island standing in solidarity as they pray against gun violence and murder in the wake of an early morning fatal shooting at a popular nightclub earlier this week. Youngsters from various schools on the island also participating in a worship service and visited the spot where the killing took place to say a special prayer for the club owners and families impacted. Residents are ultimately hoping the service sends a strong message the island is still safe and is the ideal vacation getaway. Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, I'm Makishla. This evening we have just a few clouds, temperature 75 degrees, the relative humidity at 73%. East-northeast winds at 8 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,022.1 millibars. That's 30.18 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 76 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Green Turkey in Abaco. Marshall, Abaco, 77 degrees. The Berry Islands, 74. Alistan, Bimini at 75. 75 also in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 74, 76 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros, Camps, Bayside Andros, and Black Point, Exuma at 77, Artistan, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key, 75 degrees, 76 in Georgetown, Exuma. And then we pick up a string of 77s from Ragged Island to Clarence Sound, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, McWarner, and Acklands, also Turks and Caicos Islands at 77, and Magic Tiny Nagua, the warm spot this evening at 79 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center in the Northwestern Islands tonight right through Saturday. Those winds are going to be southeast at 12 to 18 knots. The wave height 3 to 6 feet. Your tides, well, you can expect your high tide at 11:03 tonight, another high tide at 11:12 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands, easterly winds is also through Saturday. Speeds 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights 4 to 7 feet. So caution flags are in place for boaters throughout the 700 islands. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Stocking your shelves is easier with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow corned beef, 12 ounce, new low price, $2.19. Par Excellence rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. IGA tomato paste, 12 ounce, $1.89. Whole chickens, $1.99 per pound. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $3.99. Shop the specials and save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Fill up your cart and save with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 2 for $2.39. Olivia cooking oil, 48 ounce, $4.99. Rainbow pigeon peas, 15 ounce, $1.39. Fresh pork picnics, $1.99 per pound. Iceberg lettuce, $2.29 each. Shop the specials and save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sport Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. An exciting start to day one of the GSSA Track and Field Championships over the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium yesterday. Scores of athletes from the various schools taking to the track for the first set of events on the schedule, including on day one, the high jump, the javelin, and the shot put in the girls' divisions, as well as the sprints like the 200 meters. Students all wearing their school colors proudly as they look to pick up valuable points. Caught up with a number of them, including thrower Christina Butler, to get thoughts on the competition.
I feel like I could do better, but for now, I'm pretty proud of what I placed, because this morning I was out of it, but I feel better now that I placed first, and it's a good, how should I say it, ego booster.
Meanwhile, opening ceremonies taking place this morning with lots of fanfare and excitement. Schools all participating in the March of the Athletes, followed by cheerleading expeditions and lots more entertainment, including junk canoe and choreographed dancing. To commemorate the occasion of this being the 30th year, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin, in attendance with some words of encouragement.
I am powerful. I wish you all the best. I thank the Varel Davis and the team, all of the officials, the organizers, the teachers, the coaches, the Ministry of Education, everyone who's given support to you young people. May the best team win. Pursue excellence. No hard feelings at the end of it all. Y'all hear me? No hard feelings. May the best one win, but compete to the best of your ability. Give it your all. The country is watching every single athlete today. All the best to all of you.
And the University of the Bahamas men's soccer team facing off against Renegades Football Club in the Bahamas Football Association action. The excitement began early in the 10th minute when UB midfielder Ronaldo Green picked up the goal, putting the Mingos up early 1-0. Momentum continued in UB's favor as midfielder Stanley Grant-Pierre, assisted by Peter Gilmas, extended the lead with a well-executed goal in the 32nd minute. That put Mingos up 2-0 at half. Second half, UB Mingos also maintaining their dominance on the field. Peter Gilmas, assisted by midfielder O'Brien Hines, scored another goal in the 52nd minute, further widening the gap now to 3-0. Renegades would manage to get one goal back. UB, though, remained unfazed as Ronaldo Green struck again in the 72nd minute, followed by midfielder Morgan Wood, assisted from Ronaldo Green. That sealed the win. 5-0 ends up being the score for the Mingos.
I think the guys and I, we performed really good today, you know. Seeing that last time we played this team, they beat us to a 1-0 loss, you know. And we knew we could have did better, but overall, I think the guys did well today.
It was a good game, well fought from both teams.
but we lost the last time we played them, and we had to come back with vengeance.
Last game, like, straight up, the only problem was wasn't focused, wasn't committed to training. But ever since I lost, like, all the guys were committed to training, and like, we had our head on straight, you know, that when we play this team again, we're gonna come out and give it our full force, and that's exactly what we did.
And that's it. Your check on sports for you here on this Thursday. Our Thursday weather forecast just around the corner. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
Simplified Lending, we know that your time is precious. So we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified Lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-779-5-8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, a ridge of high pressure will continue to influence moderate breezes and dry conditions through Saturday. Tonight, we are looking at mostly cloudy conditions, 70 degrees for your low temperature. Tomorrow, it's going to shape up like this, still a bit on the breezy side with periods of clouds and sunshine. High temperature getting up to 81 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, we're going to have pretty nice conditions right through Friday into Saturday, but some showers will work their way into the forecast as we head into Sunday and Monday, and that'll be courtesy of a little trough that will be moving across the northwest Bahamas. Things get a little clearer on Tuesday, but come Wednesday, middle of the week, we'll have heavy cloud cover with scattered showers and thunderstorms working their way into the forecast. Temperatures warming up, so it's going to be pretty warm during the daytime. The night times remaining very nice and mild. Makishla.
Oh, thanks, Basil. And it's a rarity that you meet someone whose calendar birthday comes around once every 4 years, but so was the luck of our LaDawn Davis, who caught up with a former educator marking her 84th birthday this leap year.
And then people will say to me, they say, well, you only, they divided by 4. I say, not really. I say it only comes once every 4 years, but every year I get older. I don't celebrate it.
But today, the Reverend Dr. Joan Newbold got to celebrate her 84th birthday at a luncheon on the grounds of her Carmichael Road home, along with family and close friends. Born on February 29, 1940, the birthday girl says she's happy to be able to celebrate and cut a slice out of life.
I found out that when I when I got up to the 50 age, people began celebrating for me. So when the 29th would come, not the 29th, the 1st of March or the last of, they would say happy birthday or bring me a present or send me a card.
Dr. Newbold has transformed the lives of many students during her 30-plus year stint as an educator. She says it's the expertise gained in this profession that prepared her to become a community organizer and political advisor to many.
I was principal at Delaport Preschool, Gambia Delaport Preschool for quite a while, 30-something years. And then I was at Seed Life. When I retired, I was asked by the authorities at Seed Life School, which is, the Miles Monroe conglomerate, if I would keep the school for them for a while until they got someone else, because they had someone in training. So I did a stint there with them, and thank God I was able to get their school registered, their nursery and school registered with the Ministry of Education.
Friends, the Reverend Dr. Philip Ramming and Bishop Ross Davis reflected on the birthday girl's humbled beginnings.
She and the man who sits just left of her is the man who helped with the Golden Gates World Outreach Ministry. And she was one of the first teachers, real teachers we had. And she did an excellent job.
I got the list to talk about those who passed the exam. And she asked me, say, look again. Look, Rev, you see it? I said, no, I don't see it. Look again on the list. I didn't see it. Say, Rev, give me the list. I gave her the list, and she saw her name. And she fell on her knees and screamed and prayed. She fell down. And this is here today. I'm happy to know she's still alive, and she remembered me.
The Reverend Dr. Joan Newbold is the mother of Chief Petty Officer in the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Officer Leandre Newbold, and is the eldest sister of former colleague Anthony Newbold. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Well, a happy birthday to Joan Newbold. And that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.